This is the H.A.T.S cast, the Sorority Sisters Society ladies, Scene 2. I am reading for two of the people who are currently on their way. Rosia, dear, please let me know when our guest arrives. I have to finish a few things before they get here, so I may not hear the doorbell.
Yes, Miss Mary. I'll let you know as soon as they come. Who are you having over today?
Oh, just a couple of old friends.
How do you mean old? Old as in age or old as in long time?
Well, both. Ding dong. They both have a few years on them and have seen their share of hard times. Ding dong, ding dong.
Oh, I'm getting the door, Miss Mary. I'm getting the door.
Ding dong. I guess we all have seen our share of trouble. Husbands dying, children lying, and friends leaving.
Miss Eleanor is here, ma'am. Come on in, please, and have a seat. Miss Mary will be in shortly.
Ah, the sweet smell of the air after a gentle rain on a beautiful sunlit day. What's your name, hon? And how are you doing? I don't remember seeing you here.
My name is Rosia Maria Gonzalez Trejo. I've been working here a few months, and I remember you coming to visit a few times. You eat a lot of sandwiches.
Excuse me?
Tell whoever is here I'll be there in a few minutes.
Okay, Miss Mary. Well, you heard her. She'll be here in a few minutes.
Yes, I heard her. What exactly do you do around here?
Ding dong, ding dong. Rosia, will you please answer the door and tell Catherine or whoever is there I will be out in a minute?
Yes, ma'am. I'm answering the door now.
Oh, the smell of cherry blossoms and the fresh aroma of lilac. The wind chimes ring in the newness of the season.
Hello. Are you Miss Catherine?
Yes, I am. And who are you?
My name is Rosia Maria Gonzalez Trejo. Please come in and have a seat. Miss Mary will be in a few minutes.
I believe my husband knows your husband. Your husband is a mechanic, correct?
This has to be the longest 1 minute in history. That's what she told her to tell me when I came in.
Well, it's so good to see you out and about.
Whatever do you mean?
I always love springtime, a time to get rid of the clutter in our lives, smell the fruit trees, and hear the hummingbirds sing. Oh, hello, ladies. My, you look beautiful in your spring colors.
Well, hello, Mary Elizabeth. Such a beautiful day. I was just remembering the good old days when my mother and father would take me by the hand and we would take a stroll on Main Street to my favorite store, Woolworths. Mama would get a few things while Daddy would let me pick out some candy.
I remember those days too. Only it was my granddad who bought me my favorite candy, a candy cane. Mama said candy is bad for your teeth, so she rarely let us eat any. I especially like the green and white peppermint.
My favorite candy was the big lollipop.
Rosia, dear, will you please bring our guests some tea and shortbread cookies since they're talking about all this food?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, springtime gives me a little more pep in my step. I remember going with my first husband to the horse racing tracks. He would bet on horses with the strangest of names. Shady Brook Pond, There Goes My Luck. Who in their right mind would bet on a horse named There Goes My Luck? Jack the Mac and my favorite, Kiss Me Now.
I guess so. Seems like you and your late husband would kiss anywhere. My granny used to say if kissing was a sin, those two would be going straight to...
Eleanor, and for the record, we did not do too much kissing. It just seems like your granny was always looking in the wrong direction.
Here you go, Miss Mary. Where would you like for me to put them?
On the coffee table. Let me move the magazines so you can place them there. Oh, thanks, Rosia, for your service. You can go now.
Yes, ma'am. I'll start cleaning things in the kitchen. Good day, ladies. And remember, my name is...
Rosia Maria Gonzalez Trejo. Anyway, have you picked out your hat you're going to wear to the race? You always seem to get one that says, "Look at me, everybody, I'm here."
I remember my grandmother telling me about how the tradition of wearing a fancy hat to the race began.
My mother told me that story as well. She said when they first started the race, ladies were not allowed to attend. The racetracks was not a place for decent society ladies to be at. The profound language Drinking and gambling brought out some bad behavior and unsavory characters.
Yes, a new owner purchased the racetrack after returning from a trip to England to see the horse races. And noticing how well dressed those in attendance were, he asked his wife to invite some of the high society sorority ladies in the area to come to the race dressed in their finest attire and to wear a hat to keep the sun off their face. Their husbands also dressed to impress.
What is this? A history lesson about the Kentucky Derby? We know it was meant for the established and old money and not some of this Johnny come lately money, the kind of money that attracts trash and not class. You can say that again. When my grandmother talked about going to the horse races, she would smile and speak highly of the rich being able to enjoy time away from their common folks. Every now and then, she would talk about the little men on the track. For years, I didn't know who she was speaking of.
Do you mean the jockey? Where I'm from, they were well liked, but we never called them little men.
Well, she must have been talking about your husband. He is a little short thing, isn't he? My husband says he's not much taller than a cricket on a summer night chirping on a blade of blue-green grass.
Ladies, we need to show we have class. Besides, it wasn't a history lesson, but simply reminding ourselves why we wear hats to the race. I plan on wearing a large white hat with a wide pink band to match what I'm wearing. And for the record, the jockeys in America used to be black men.
I know they were black men. My parents taught me about the first black jockey to win a race during the Derby. They were highly respected and paid well. This continued until the owners of the horses decided they wanted all the credit and money. In the 1950s, Hispanic males who had experience working with horses came to the United States, and the rest is history. And just what outfit are you planning to wear this year? Something you had made just for you? Do tell.
Not till you tell me what you're planning to wear. I believe that's what makes the race special, seeing what types of dresses and hats the ladies are wearing. I must admit, some of the hats are right tacky.
I know what you mean. Last year, Ruth wore a hat that looked like a robin's nest, complete with little red birds in her full flowing red-black dress. I thought at any moment she was going to fly away.
Yeah, I thought she was going to burn up wearing that long sleeve dress on such a hot springy day. I wanted to go fan her. Bless her heart.
My late husband William used to say the men would place a wager to see who was going to wear the tackiest hat in the grandstands. They would select a few people to survey the crowd in a particular section to hear what they had to say. You've not told us what color outfit and hat you're planning to wear. Let's just say it's something that's going to make a real statement. My hat defines me. It codifies me. My hat defines me. It shows who I am. Boom, 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 boom. My hat defines me. It dignifies me. Boom, boom. My hat defines me. It shows who I am. Boom, 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 boom. Our hat describes us. Our hat describes us. Oh yes, our hat describes us. It says we have class. Well, some of the sorority ladies need to be careful what they're wearing on their head. They look like they're wearing a bouquet of flowers left over from the Tournament of Roses parade. Did you see Sally Ann Scott last year? She wore a hat with large sunflowers in it. The bees were buzzing around her head trying to pollinate the flowers. Sarah Louise told her, Sally Ann, take your hat up and throw it over there before you get stung by the bees flying around your head.
It caused such an uproar that it started the horses on the track waiting to race. A few people in the stands complained that the action caused the horse they bet on to lose.
Boom, 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 boom. Our hat describes us. Our hat describes us. Mm-hmm. Our hat describes us. It says we have class. Mm-mm. Our hats tell stories. Sipping on mint juleps. We don't wear cheap tulips. They say we are rich. If our hats could talk, some of us would be in big trouble. Some of our friends would be in big trouble.
The two of you would be in big trouble.
Well, I'm glad our hats don't talk. Then in a few days, mine will be the talk of the town. I bet it will. Rosia, dear, will you please come in and remove the teacups and the teapot?
Yes, ma'am, I'm on my way.
You two act more like friends rather than boss and worker. Oh, she knows I'm the boss. I think we're good for each other. It can be lonely in this big house by yourself. Well, get a dog. Find a new man, or both, since they say a dog is man's best friend.
Well, I need to tarry alone so I can finish everything on my to-do list. When I was young, I used to hear the maid tell my mother, "Don't let the sun go down without finishing what you plan to do, because tomorrow may not be as sunny, or it may even be too hot to finish your list."
What kind of talk is that? What you don't finish today, you just have your house staff to finish it tomorrow. Okay, Catherine, you haven't told us what you're wearing to the race. Is your husband going to let you buy something new, or will you be wearing something you already have in your closet? You have such a large closet. I bet you have clothes in there that still have the price tags on them. Well, since you haven't shared what we're wearing, neither will I. And for the record, I'm fortunate to have a husband who loves me and likes to see me dressed from head to toe. He doesn't worry about money like some of these sorority ladies whose husbands put them on a
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it, Catherine.
budget. Budget. My husband says that a sorority sister living on a budget shouldn't be a socialite. Well, I don't have to worry about a budget at the moment.
I guess not. Two dead husbands with large insurance policies would do the trick every time.
Yes, you do
Well-
Go ahead.
Well, I better get going.
Yes, you do need to get going before it gets dark and your work is not done. Well, bye, ladies, and have a wonderful evening. Me.